What do I have to dream about? An overtime, 14-12, maybe a 15-13 scoreline where all of us are winners, the viewers and the watchers of the game. That's my dream.
This is well, we were just talking about this double controller for Shopify Rebellion, where Lydia is going to be on the Harbor, Noya as always is going to be on the Viper, and Alexis on the KO. It does feel like this is also really setting them up for success and when it comes to comfort, but also for the other side for WADA, that one time that they played it, that what Wyatt was just talking about, it was with Bunnybee on that Neon, and instead they're going to be picking up the Jet.
Well, folks, we've talked about our dreams. Here's the deal. We are in a lower bracket. It is elimination time. One team's dreams are about to be crushed. Another is about to come true. It is map 3, all on the line. Sending it over to your casters, Zobi and Rivington.
Man, why you gotta make that art? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, thank you so much again to the desk. We unfortunately will see someone get eliminated with this one, Zobi, and it's crazy to think it's Shopify or WADA with how well these teams have been playing throughout Game Changers this season. This lower round 1 match heads to the 3rd map. We're heading to Breeze.
Yeah, and the desk, I think, highlighted it perfectly. This map is going to be right up the alley of a Shopify Rebellion Gold, even without reps. We literally called what the combo is going to be because it fit each player's role so well and what their comfort picks are. On the flip side, again, we're getting that role reshuffling. Again, we have Power on the Astra, we have Australis on the Sova, and even Juna on the Viper is newer territory, and I still have those lurk concerns. And we talked about this a lot in the green room, Rivington, when we saw this composition. WADA, for the first time, feel like they need numbers at the half, starting the defense with this defensive of a composition, and without flashes, that attack side is going to be so rough. So they need to get the pistol round right high, and they need to shut down SRG on this attack.
Dominated pistols on Pearl. Could not find the footing after that. So this has to be a different story if they want to take down SRG. Towards A is going to be this first hit. Bright and early, they hit the site. They're not wasting any time as Starbound plays the elevation accordingly to find a first blood turnover. Can they convert the rest of the round as SRG quickly goes hunting inside the site?
Really nice regroup there on the backside fight with Lydia mid-pyramid as well. That gets substantial numbers, and now they're still searching for these rotations, for these isolated fights, and SRG are the ones looking like they are seizing full momentum of this half, about to win a crazy pistol, unless June has something to say about it.
Gonna make a little bit of noise, see if they get a peek. A little mind games, but now nobody's feeling it. Dodonut with a quick peek out once the real drop has happened, and SRG do get that pistol round to start off Breeze.
Yeah, and that's where I think we do need to talk a little bit about the stamina for WADA in the matches that they lost during the groups, the Swiss stage as well, right? The 3-13 versus Puppy Thieves on Haven, the 7-13 on Lotus versus Swimtrek Blue. Again, if it goes to a map 3, they usually run out of steam. The mental gets to a bottom low, and while the opener for Starbound gave me some hope, Rivington, it got stripped away immediately by SRG, just looking at the top of their game, steamrolling through on those trades. So we'll see if that continues here with the full buy. Even WADA not really able to seize off the one way because it gets stripped away by the 0 point.
Very nice, catching quite a few in that knife. Like, wait a minute. Can't say anything for just a second, and now they have a bit more of their abilities back. Still looking for the re-hit on this one. They've chosen well. Like WADA is going to be able to give them too much trouble here as they anchor up on A.
Yeah, just playing back. And I do like Power Pixel not being lived by the site, die by the site like you see from a lot of Astros on Breeze. It just doesn't usually work out. And this is the impact you can have while still alive in the late round, Riv.
Yeah, especially being able to like mess with anchor smokes. They think you're in it. You can play off that pyramid.
Wow.
And then, yeah. Just slowly walking up makes the all of WADA do a double take as RG is ready to clean him up. Only losing one that round, so the economy is looking great heading into the bonus.
Yeah, back-to-back mid-door disrespect from SRG is completely deterring any sort of WADA retake by equal or not. And I think that's why Power anchored that position in particular, because of that tendency from the pistol that seeped over. But again, just the timing that Alexis found and the numbers, or so the weapon disadvantage favors SRG. So I hope that WADA keeps that in the back of their brain that that's going to happen on the A post plants now that we're into the weapon territory, but we'll have to wait and see. WADA round that they cannot essentially lose, because we already mentioned that we needed to have like 7-5 at minimum. 9-3 would be great on this half, and we're already one round away from that ladder prospect for SRG.
I think one of the things that need to happen right now is the SRG for WADA's favor needs to stop avoiding Starbound. I think if Starbound gets online and Starbound can start kind of flexing that it's a problem, whatever angle they're on, SRG may not move like this, but we've yet to see that across Pearl and now Breeze to start here. A few kills start to come in. Bunny B knows they are stuck in a corner, but a nice smoke to actually deter the situation. Gets another kill when never should have been getting another kill in that.
Spike down A.
Just like that. Talked about Starbound on the pivot, gets one to shut things down, to tie us now 2-2, but Dota is not done fighting forward.
Yep.
Last player standing.
Oh. Just quick shots from the Guardians are deadly this game. Noya still has one full HP.
What's the Phantom?
As now it is a dance around the walls.
Timing's good.
Ooh. Nicely done. Still holding. Plays the deny on this. Oh my gosh, the angles are perfect. What an artist. Noya with the Guardian gets the Red Bull clutch.
And this is utter disaster having the 3-0 go in favor of SRG for WADA. Like, that's so frustrating. And I'm getting now like some SRG learning from their losses mentality for the way in which Alexis is playing the KO as well. WADA, they were victim to Fly's craziness on split. It always flushed out these positions, easily punished, and that's what happened to Bunny B, right? That fragment comes through, and it's going to be a great way to just repeat what WADA already had issues playing against. But Bunny B Guardian to follow up the last round's bye, trying to get them an opener, give them footing on this thrifty attempt to get even a point on the board, but yeah, this could not have been a worse off start. And SRG, after very direct A exits round after round, have slowed things down, are waiting with open arms to receive what WADA want to give them.
Oh, this play is huge. Oh my gosh, Astralis shuts the first down. They have time to kind of think about it and situate, understand that that was just the tip of the play. And they have more to come. Yeah, they do want it really bad.
So the one-way was there, that's why the Nova Pulse was there. Yeah, SRG are looking to punish it.
Oh, the timing. Another kill would be huge. They trade both, actually. They didn't trade both. They get both on the side of SRG. Double wall into sight there as they were just heavy on the util, but it works. That's all that matters as they get themselves pushed even further forward. Dodonut looking for the ultimate here.
Yeah, she's always been backside. Now she's even orange side.
Oh. Oof. Still got ult. Counts. But that's good for WADA. Pressure back in. Drop some of these guns. Make it expensive. As Lydia denies that kill down towards Sands. It should just be a cleanup here for SRG. A fourth round in a row. Maybe WADA shouldn't have to call a timeout just yet as we see what they have for the intentions of a buy come online. But SRG are quite in control of Breeze right now.
Yeah, up 4-0 right now. Again, we knew that the comp was going to match the individuals on this team. Again, with all their changes, you know the maps, you can identify the maps where it's like, this is a bit off for Alexis, for Sarah, and this is like everyone back on their elements. And talked about the timeout for WADA, it does come through. Again, a buy that you cannot lose, and a big like soul read has to come in as well to get Starbound in the driver's seat with this operator buy up. Like, again, there's a lot that could go wrong.
You gotta be ready for Dodo. Just keep pushing up here in these situations.
That too.
So ready to keep fighting, keep forward. Now with the daggers, the blades up, they'd probably be even more aggressive here. They got time to talk on both sides as WADA. They do feel like they need to sort out what they're seeing so they can get back and attack SRG here.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned obviously the blades, but even Lydia with this reckoning, I could see hopefully opening up a site, getting past maybe in the operator that Starbound would be sporting if they run into them, which you wanted that to happen a bit more often as well. And I don't know, I could see WADA trying to fight for like an early power or maybe a main. Like, there's a lot we haven't got to see from WADA since we're only in 4 rounds. And
yeah,
SRG, I do not blame them for going back to A Rivington, right? Like, you can call, like, oh, the Noya Red Bull clutch a closer round, but again, that was a bonus that they won as well, and they looked pretty in control of it for a long time. So, heading back here, even out of the timeout, like, this just shows that they're confident in what they're doing, and they don't care what the enemy's throwing their way.
They're headed towards Starbound, right? We've wanted this the whole time. The op is up. Starbound was actually able to trademark B, get all the way back, and WADA has this out here.
Yeah.
Gonna deny a bit, yeah, pushing Starbound off a line. Wants to run back, though. The anchor smoke's making it a little difficult here, and Starbound's gonna play it tight to the, or close to the chest on this. SRG trying to split the middle of the site, and Dodo Nut finds success on one. The rest of the team easily clearing out that right side here. WADA, no. Stopping, making it very difficult in the chaos, and a shock dart comes up with a kill on a Dodo Nut.
Oh yeah, the backstep here is uncharacteristic so far on this map. It might be what Restless saying is back. No, it's too late. The players on site fall too early, and WADA, blink and you miss it, they are on the board. And they fixed so many problems that half, right? I think it was number one, Bunny Bee's timing through mid came so much quicker than it has that she was able to rotate so effectively and be a secondary ping pong anchor there for mid door. Donut gets refragged because of that, and everything starts to fall apart. And it's really funny as well to see Starbound sneak away Orange using the barrier of Lydia's own reckoning of everything to stay alive after, like we mentioned, the anchor smoke allowed them good positions, Riv.
That was crazy. Even in the tightest moment, Starbound's like, nope, still got rendezvous, and it was instant safety. Really
without that reckoning, like, they would have been gone, even just stuck in a corner. Yep. That's what makes it so funny.
Holy
all right,
moly.
though. SRG have a buy still, have the blades still, and they've had enough of the A site, so let's see what the B pop looks like. Ops here yet again. Oh, good flash.
Default
and Dodo's
walls
in.
up. This is where everybody needs to be behind Dodo Nut. Just floating down. Can't even hear this. There's so much going on. Juna is just overwhelmed with util and audio. And now it is a quick sight hit. They go two towards elbow. Two from spawn, maybe. Starbound whittles down on the numbers of SRG for the retake.
Heavy pressure on Noya to handle this flank, double scaling into elbow, misses the timing, and the double back unfortunately gets red. It feels like this round they've handled all of the SRG tendencies, and last player Lydia trying to play ring around the rosy on pillar does get isolated, but with no weapon bullets left in that primary. Australis is good for the refrag, and WADA will get up to 2. And I mean, Rivington, they did exactly what you asked. They read into the tendencies, and Starbound countered them on that aggro wall take. Look, I mean, that corpse right there is Donut. That headshot through the cove.
Yeah, nicely done. Finding the kind of those hot lines to shoot back on, realizing that SRG's been taking space so fast, so we'll be in those positions through the wall. Yeah, it was a nice retake too on elbow to quickly send two to that direction. Noya was just millimeters away from actually having that model before they swung back. So you can see how close these plays are on both sides. But now that's 2 for WADA. They've been able to hold on to their momentum and see if they keep it.
Yeah, one more round and they'll maybe finally break that piggy bank aside from a hero rifle or two. Talked about the Bunny Bee mid scaling. It was characteristic the last few rounds, and it might heat off this mid door take.
Easy. Back and forth, a quick trade on that as both teams were ready. Like I said, it's these plays known by both sides. It's just who can get out with the least amount of damage done to their team.
And this was the first time we saw SRG attempt a very direct A split as well, and it was perfectly handled by WADA. Even with Bunny Bee taking that risk, you had the double up between Australis and Power on mid door. You had the op down the A main site. And I think the perfect call for SRG here is to abandon that effort, is to lean into B, which is pretty uncommitted hold from Juna. It's screaming retake, screaming maybe spike initial denial from Australis with the cross-map Hunter's Fury. We'll have to see what they opt into when the trademark is triggered, when the spike tap is active.
Screen down.
Fine. Noise cut for a second. Showing the same wall. And yeah, they're going to have to commit here.
30 seconds left.
Safe site. Let's see if they get themselves into trouble by pushing too far. Sarah's actually just going to head back. They're not going to lurk it out too much. The only one really might be caught out is Lydia here as the Hunter's Fury comes through. They'll be forced to do a little bit of dancing and show themselves. There's one that they've been looking for. WADA haven't even started a retake into the site yet. And they're finding some numbers.
Now they used Hunter Series so early just to push that spike play through in the nick of time. Noya trying to give them some stability with this Viper's Pit front and center, but that just further isolates her, and you can see Alexis trying to rush into her aid on the aggro line outside the pit. That is a huge kill found. Starbound.
Heck of an angle.
Elbow spotted. Ooh, that's a huge kill. Pit down.
Silent.
Another one comes from it. Yeah, it doesn't. They didn't know there was going to be another view from that side. As shots come through, and SRG is able to keep Alexis there after the scrappy fight in B. SRG pick up another one. This is going to be hurting the economy on both sides, though.
That is a crazy round to have won, and I feel like that's a tendency for WADA, where when they get down to these clutches, if they already have like momentum under their wings, they speed through it too fast, right? Starbound had so much time to work with there, and they're just over swinging into the position where they knew that last player of Alexis was. So all in all, yeah, a rough way to lose that round. After so many ults got invested by SRG, it would have been more catastrophic for them to lose it after all of that was thrown into the fray. So now, operator deep on the A space. Again, very reactive stance from SRG before ending towards a site. Another eco for WADA.
And just knowing they have sheriffs now, so everything is going to be by the book for SRG. Is there something else they're covering? A little util dump to get one of the guns that SRG have? No chance here. They're moving together with that death ball to the left side.
I mean, that was your calling card, was Starbound on that Code of Force, and now it's going to be even lower HP for this retake because SRG have fully encapsulated this B site. Juna, with that high tide, can't even get an opportunity to maybe swing through it with an advantage. The timing off the Sheriff. They've usually made these circuit rounds close for WADA.
Can anything happen with the Tour de Force? The operators, the Tour de Force, the ults for Chamber rather, just always avoided by SRG here in some way, shape, or form. And already bringing Starbound down to 18. Dodonaut on 1 as they start to crash back into the site. And there's just too much space between WADA and the members of SRG for the distance to work for their pistols. SRG with a cleanup 6-2 here.
Yep, flawless anti-eco, and I like how we can see that both sides of SRG on opposite ends of the spectrum. Again, A is very fight into your face, not relying on utility. It's Dotonut. Here, everyone was in those assumed post-plant positions with delay on the mine, on those choke points, not giving these sheriffs the time of day, right? We saw the fragment, we saw the co-cycling, even an off-site player like Sarah who can maybe chuck some shocks in. So all in all, that was a very well encapsulated way to minimize risk and maximize rounds in this half that we otherwise said WADA need to have a substantial lead on. And now the best they can do is tie here. And SRG of Reckoning, why not death spawn the site you've gotten how many times before already?
Yeah. Cruising into the right side. The only real difference they make in this is to send Dotonut up through the middle if that anchor smoke comes through. If they don't, it's a right side wipe, and then they're already back towards orange.
And they adjusted the Reckoning as well, so it takes deep orange space for Donut. Yeah. Now she's on the backside line, so it'll be very difficult to retake into this.
So much smoke kind of just distracting, covering the eye of the line of sight of these players here as it rings back and forth for both teams. Another shot, Starbound actually able to get a quick one right around orange. It's now a 2v2, but they have so much to scale before they get to the spike here. A slow peek. Oh, and Starbound stops just short of Lydia's crosshair for a heck of a shot. Noya onto 1. The ops are going to have to fight it out back and forth at A-main. Starbound finally gets the sights through the scope, but is not going to be enough time for the defuse as SRG was scattered throughout the site.
It's crazy. Another posthumous Red Bull clutch for Noya while sporting the operator from the darkness in a main. And that's a frustrating one because it's like Donut and Starbound went blow for blow on that post and on that retake. And even just the awareness that Lydia was tucked mid-door is such a crazy late round call that's predicted by Starbound. And if Star had more than 45 HP left, I think they would have been able to, again, jump into that snake bite. It's been nerfed a while ago. It's weak, but just could not. And that is how SRG get a confirmed lead at the half. It's another mental killer kind of round for WADA that they should have won.
That replay shot with the rain is just a metaphor here for WADA. The rainy Andy round there as they try to defend. SRG definitely raining on the parade right now as they come in with their strongest showing of the 3 maps. I mean, they did this on Ascent too. So actually, I can't say that. We had a 9-3 first half on Ascent and a comeback from WADA towards the attack side. So this could be a repeat. But right now, the momentum looks different.
Nah. Back to some mid-split action, trying to get around that Viper's pit. That's why they framed the sniper on that line. I like the reposition too, right in front of the pit. I like the orb cycling. I've seen a one-way there that I really wish was in effect here for WADA, but for now, they're just gonna puncture on through. Again, they have not backed down.
Dodo not used to a self-push right into sight through both of these avenues of wall. And they're kind of playing a reverse sight here as they flip the sides.
I pit down off that refight.
The Guardian almost made work by Bunny B. Yeah, easily res back up. Alexis back in the game here. And now the rotation over is Starbound solo for the time being.
Spike planted.
Looking for overswing now that SRG have numbers.
Last player standing.
Youch. Didn't even get to
Noya.
scope in.
Super ready. Yeah. Noya's been into the end of the second map and the third one, from the clutches to just the overall mid-round shots. Noya has come on, very on fire.
Yeah, 100% highlighted her last map, and now completely. And it's crazy to see that even with her being so locked in, she's still not the top frag, right? 11 and 5, 13. I think it was 8 for Donut as well. It feels like every player for SRG are doing their job. And that is where this does look like that superpower team that you don't expect to be in the lowers this early on. And that's
So
where, again, the
true.
adrenaline of elimination is probably what has minimized the mistakes that we're seeing on this map.
We have not seen a lot of mid play from WADA to pressure down, to walk down. I mean,
Bunny
neither is
B only
SRG,
has-
really. Yeah, they double door quite a bit, so fair play to both teams for keeping it to the sights as power picks out. This is an opener, not something that WADA usually play with the advantage of, and it is turning SRG away from the site immediately. A great start to set everybody up at B for WADA on that call.
Yeah, they knew they had to back out here. And Alexis staying mid, I questioned it first, but when you're down this many numbers, you do need a risk factor to equate. And this would be it. The leader trying to do it herself while the A site is fully confirmed by Noya and Sarah. And I love that Noya as well is also getting aggressive. So if Alexis misses all those timings, all those rotations, Noya hopefully can scoop them up. Ouch. And look at this. Double flank. They know Hunter's furious here, so
Yeah.
WADA. Again, this is a round they should not lose.
The 1-3-1 retake. Spread it all across the map. Leave no stone unturned. And a quick one from Astralis as the noise was made by everybody running through double door. Draws the eyes of Noya. They identify a quick last position, and WADA grab a third one and do keep 9-3 in the books. One more round.
One more round. Hey, they got map one off of a 9-3 curse Rivington. I'm
Yeah,
not saying to throw in an
exactly.
extra round, but we'll
Are
see.
the moons aligning? The question is there. I don't know. SRG, they are, like you said, we're mentioning it. They're firing. It seems like it's taking a little bit more from WADA to get these rounds, as if they're kind of almost out of gas with what's been going on. But it's still anybody's, like you said, with what's happened here.
All right. WADA, we mentioned you needing to be in the position SRG is in right now after the half, but get as much as you can here. Get the 4-8, get the pistol, and prove us wrong about your attack half without flashes. And talked about the mid activity. Buddy B's been the only one really to step foot here, right? And this time it's framed around Starbound also on the op line. Drone debate if they are here would be huge to have shut down the blazes early, but that's where the harbor utility is coming in clutch. Noya on the backlines for support as well, and that now is the B side anchor. Feels like weakened, and maybe that's the call for the pivot.
A little bit of mid play dabbled in here as we get into the final round of the first half.
Why are we rotating
Wow.
off? Okay.
Yeah, the rotate back and just play life, because B feels safe to play inside. I feel like it's a little backwards for him, but WADA feels comfortable. They have the operator to scope sight, so I think that's all they want to play off first.
Missed the timing on the Sarah
Yeah.
cross. Maybe they were worried about Hunter's Fury. Who knows? But now
a
it's
good call.
typical. Deep high tide, deep backside fight for Dodo. And now Lydia's joining her.
Hunter's Fury, Blade Storm out. And forward goes Dodonut. Ultimate
Perfect.
as well. Starbound, that's down. And now they're going to be searching. They know two are coming from mid. Wait, Power Pixel getting a kill there. A Dodonut just with the jump across there. Pulls out a beautiful kill, and this is a big ask here for Power Pixel to get the clutch. It's not going to happen. Sarah with the final kill, 9-3 in that first half as we swap sides to see what WADA can formulate from the attack side.
Wow. Yeah, this is a crazy, crazy map to close this series on, where, again, two titans in the Game Changers North America space that have made very minute changes to star-studded rosters are having to duke it out for elimination. And yeah, again, SRG, even the rounds they've lost, like, their confidence is not faltered, right? You can just see from how Donut's taking that fight mid-door if you need evidence of it. And
yeah, the confidence is starting to get behind the plays for sure.
yeah, and it felt like whenever SRG had a game plan, had a clear intention, like, it would not get shut down unless it was just like so far out of reach, like a 2v4 kind of thing that WADA was able to encapsulate. And I talked about it, reaching a very important pistol round, so of course we get a tech pause to make sure that everyone's in spick and span technology equivalents. So get you guys updates as they come, but how do we feel like we're gonna see WADA fill the gap of not having flashes on this half, Rivington?
It becomes tough, but you heavily just then rely on your wall, which almost feels like should be walls, but it's not. So they got to be a lot more careful how they play that, right? You commit where that wall is. It's harder not to. That's a starbound site to be opened, right? You have to almost keep an op on that line first if it's no util, because the only thing they're really turning around and looking for is a dart, right? So
yeah, again, it's like, how do you contact through SRG's harbor walls without flashes?
Right.
It's gonna have to be like so Bunny B and Starbound being perfectly in time with each other, and even then you don't know how many players you're gonna be staring to on the other side, because I feel like SRG is gonna be thorough in destroying those darts that you talked about. So I'll have to see those players stay as heated up as they are, right? Kind of the last stands for WADA as the rest of the team wakes up. They need their own adrenaline surge, get past the mental block that has been SRG on their minds all of last year, since this team's inception, basically. And yeah, maybe there will be some hope. But that's also heavy pressure on Lydia to make that difference on this harbor as well. So
yeah,
we'll have to see.
Maybe they'll do a little bit more lurking or leaving Juna for transitions to see how SRG plays mid. Maybe they'll get a good idea of it here, at least on pistol round. Very important coming into this elimination match. Last half to be played in this series, and Dodonut starts off with the first blood, but it's traded across the map.
Okay, they know that Dodonut's still down mid. Do they expect Alexis mid door? Won't get the answer as the toxic screen fades. I like the regroup for Australis here, but with Spike in her hands, it becomes a bit too high of risk. So going for the 3-1, leaning heavily into Starbound.
Shift strat. Hold it until you don't have to.
Util for Noya.
He'll dismiss to get them online. Does pull the shots out of Noya.
Just have to play off the wall advantage at this point. I like the front send defensive hold because you have that harbor.
Oh, this rotation from Dodonut's going to be huge. Sees one. Oh, the rendezvous, but it's going to be close. That's heard. It's still a firefight down towards mid. Is this just a run for Alexis? What is that? Who just runs out of the smoke after a pop flash and finds all of WADA looking around? Starbound's able to live in mid, but this fight may end poorly still. Dodonut and Starbound will finish. Okay, Starbound finally wins that one, but there's a lot to do before getting back to that spike.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, they're just gonna split up, right? They're like, no way they can recover Spike and get the plant in time, right? Right? Yep, unfortunate.
Okay.
No time left at 5 HP. Noya knew what her job was in that situation to secure kind of what feels like a fatal blow pistol. SRG take both on this map, and Noya gets the finishing kill. I don't know, Riv, if you're like, oh, these casters, they're oversighting the importance of these flashes. Like, look at that round and what Alexis was able to do. After a really nice close smoke to scale past the wall, like, it felt like WADA was finally to get some grounds to that A exec, and it's just with numbers not in their favor, that refight so strongly SRG coded.
Little cash money still there for WADA.
Got a force, right?
Understated. Yeah, can't be understated. Got a force. Get that extra plant money. Doesn't matter if it's ended. Let's see where they can use it, because SRG is not going to let up here. Scopes are out, and WADA is still going to try to play it fast to catch somebody off a line.
Yeah, very, very early
walls.
wall there.
Too many smokes.
Yeah.
It's looking at nothing.
I did like WADA on the mid challenge. You talked about if they were going to pinpoint what SRG's look was. SRG this time play it really far off because they've done it on the outlaw angle deep from B. I like the fake mid pressure to try and pull her off the angle, and I will pull her right into Bunny B's crosshair. So a huge opener, and the B lean is immediate. Great quick call from WADA. They get past Noya. The judge bait. Oh no.
Yeah. Pistol, pistol, pistol. No, actually, look what I have. Noya takes out another one, Sarah, as well, to help clean up the site, and they realize they should just get in the face of WADA on this low buy.
Wow.
And there's the help over the shoulder of Noya from Alexis there. Teamwork makes the dream work for another round on SRG side.
Noya doesn't take a lick of damage in those judge engagements.
Yeah.
Like, she should not have survived, right? The snake bite buys enough time for the co-support from Lydia, and again, right now, the util support feels seamless, and it's a strong departure from when we mentioned the issues on Ascent of, like, maybe Donut outpacing a Paranoia, outpacing a Flash, and it's really, really great to see for SRG to come away with the series on map 3 in this favor right now. Again, the force falls flat, WADA to find themselves deeper in the hole. SRG, one round, one anti-eco away from map point in lower round 1 of GC main event 1.
That's a lot of pressure here. WADA has to push through. Pistols and a Guardian to try and find some type of momentum on this round. Still leaving a bit of lurk in Juna here. SRG seems to be able to play their kind of set strategies they've had before. They're not being pressured too much here towards this third map. And it just shows their perseverance to be able to get through these series and still have so much in the tank to offer their opponents.
Oh, and speaking of what's left in the tank, Tour de Force online early for Starbound off of that late round. Pistol success despite the loss. That's going to be huge here as a potential win condition. Once again, it feels like WADA have the right calls. A B-side perpetually weak. Maybe even more so with Donut scaling even deeper onto the midline because of that orb commitment. But I don't know. Something tells me that Noya is going to do just fine on this anchor.
Phantom.
Yeah, the rotations are on their way.
Yeah, let's see if they make it work. Got that help from the right side cavalry coming in. Dodonut's going to try to break this. No pop flash to happen, but not needed. Noya protects the backside of the site, gets the hop up too, and starts to sit down WADA. And that could be the final one. No, Starbound gets out on the rendezvous, but everybody is ready to meet him for a quick day. Meet them for a quick day outside. Easy peasy. And there it is. Noya getting the kill as they squash down on a Starbound, the 3K. And yeah, you're right. Noya did fare okay on this side.
Yeah, the timing there of realizing Donut, like, hey, I'm a bit far down mid. Let me get back to mid tunnel. And yeah, all the shots for both sides of line. And again, credit to Starbound for trying to navigate that with only the Tour de Force in hand. Nice little shot through the smoke, but that's where the crunch of multi-angles comes in clutch when up against a operator, a sniper of some kind. So WADA now needing 9 rounds in a row to keep their main event dreams alive or risk exiting in the earliest they ever have since inception. And yeah, I mean, it would be a miracle kind of comeback here, Riv. It would be a storied way for SRG to have their earliest elimination ever, but WADA, what can you do to convince us?
Spams through already. The Phantom's doing work throughout this entire series. The spams on Pearl, the spams here on Breeze to keep everyone safe from Tracer fire. And now they spread to the middle of the map. Somehow SRG2 is just keeping themselves hidden in safe spots as WADA is looking every which way for at least one peek.
Indoor regroup looks good, but it's always dangerous here with Harbor and KO Util. Good for the reflush.
As we line of sight on that fragment, no damage done, and they're just going to start anchor smoking and protecting this entry into the site. The turnaround from Alexis is insane. Starbound's able to clean that up, though, as it's just a firefight back and forth to the front side of double doors here. WADA creep into the site, but wounded as SRG come back strong to take the game.
Juna has to be perfect on this timing, and Starbound needs to bait and rendezvous without losing their life to set it up, because SRG are going to be aware of the possibility. Noya already keyed in on it.
They're ready to leave it. And Starbound to draw the eyes here. SRG have a moment to be separated as they're just off of each other's angle. Noya gets one of the shots they need. And Juna has to get all the way around that left side before finding the last one. No, Donut's going to be able to get the kill. Shopify Rebellion Gold will find the win across this series in the third map to move themselves through the lower bracket.
Oh, a huge turnaround win. Again, that bounce back adrenaline, the expectations upon them this time allow them to come out with a win. Again, a comfortable way, I would argue, to kickstart their lower bracket journey. Despite it going through maps